experience ever since. So I'm living it right now, and I'm involved in a lab as a graduate research assistant. So I'm working on several projects. The one I'm currently, yeah.
And you are a master's student, not PhD, per?
No, absolutely. Haven't made up my mind yet to commit to a PhD, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I'll be doing a PhD or not. That's something, yeah. It's pretty hard to make this decision, but I'm considering it for sure. So yeah, I'm working on different projects right now that are pretty interesting. I'm working on supersonic research. I'm on the inlet part design with the FAA, and a NASA project as well with the implementation of UAM and STOL aircrafts. And I'm involved in a digital twin project of the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta. So this is my background, and I'm coming from a French graduate school of engineering, basically mechanical and electrical background in engineering.
And are you you're a French citizen, I believe, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So one question I have, I see in your research, okay, these are research projects. Got it.
Absolutely.
So you have done research projects with NASA and so forth. Have you visited their facility, or these are just at your lab?
No, it's in my lab. Actually, we're having meetings, virtual meetings. So sometimes they're coming to the lab, but we're not going to the facilities. Absolutely.
Okay. So the reason I ask you this question, as you know, that some of this project, not most of them, would be would require citizenship.
Absolutely.
Right. So that is the reason I ask you this question. So I'm assuming that, you know, looking at your CV and talking to you, you are looking at internships for summer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So for summer internship. Yeah, for the summer, and you are looking at these aerospace, defense, NASA, these sort of a domain range, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So one thing I would say definitely is, first of all, if you see, so let me talk you an example for Lockheed, for example, right?
Yeah.
First come first, look at their website and look at the internships that they have. If it doesn't say explicitly about the international or citizenship, I would say you are eligible to apply. Okay, that's number one. Number two, having said that, I would also say that a lot of students that you see from in US, international especially, either they are from India or China or somewhere. I would say that it may happen, or it can happen because of the international treaties, that those are not the ones that are eligible, but you may, because you are a French national.
Okay.
I know, for example, if you have a UK citizenship, Australian citizenship, those in Lockheed, I can tell you that those are, because Lockheed have their you know, domain that people work that Lockheed has partnership with those, so that they may put them in a different category versus if you are from other countries.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I would say, first thing first, definitely, if you are looking at these internships, make sure that what you're doing is lined up with what they are offering. And so let me open. I'm going to open the career portal for internship for Lockheed, and I'm looking at. So there is one I see as a college intern. In fact, this last summer, I had 2 students that I interned, that I mentored here. So for example, here, so I see this internship. It says co-op summer intern, business unit space, and then it says clearance level none. I would say this is important, because if there is a clearance level requirement, then you may not be the person.
That'd be eligible.
But if they say the clearance level none, you may be the person. That's one thing. Second thing also I would say is, let's say if you're looking for looking into some programs and this is just my thoughts, okay, just to take it a pinch of salt. If you're looking for civil commercial space businesses, from Boeing, for example, or from Raytheon, for example, those would be highly likely to hire you, versus if you are looking at their defense business.
Yes, yeah.
That's also,
Absolutely.
keep that in mind. So again, looking at those, because I know that Lockheed is not in the business of civil, but they say civil space because they launch satellites and all. It comes under civil and space. So again, clearly look at, but definitely clearance level is important here.
Okay, so my plan, as I was thinking of addressing this, I started applying, is actually to apply for French companies that are based in the US. For instance, Airbus, or they're like Thales, that are in the defense or in the military, but are French based or European at least. And from there, there's different ones. And then moving on to the commercial side of aeronautics, as you were mentioning, Boeing or even Rolls-Royce might be.
But I would definitely tell you one thing, Jeremy, you have to understand that it's not about where the company is located. So it's something like, if there's an Indian company who had a business in US, and if I am from India, would they hire me and I won't need a visa? I would need, because I'm in that country. So the laws of that country applies most of the time.
Okay.
So let's say if Bombardier or someone, or Thales or any company have their business here, they might be restricted, depends on where they're getting money from. Okay. So there is this, you have to understand that, unless and until, I would say that Airbus or someone, you would be a good candidate, because who knows, as I said, you would be working. But having said that, I would also tell you, you're looking for some sort of a industry experience and all that. And I don't know what's going to happen in summer of 2021, but if it is remote, then you can apply at Airbus in France, working remotely from here. That could be a possibility too.
Okay, that's right. I haven't thought of that. Yeah.
Right, so because you don't have to leave, whatever, you can still do that sort of an internship. But I would also tell you one thing is, I don't know, you looks like you are very much specific about applying at aerospace companies, right? Or you will be open to. So I don't know if you have. I have to ask you, what is your skill set? If I have to ask you, like, what is your expertise? What do you like to do? Are you a fluid mechanics expert? Are you a design expert? Are you a materials guy? What do you consider yourself?
Okay, I have experience in materials and structure mostly, and then I have a lot of practice with machine learning and applied computer vision as well on the side, and autonomous flight. Basically.
Okay. So, so again, unless and until you are like too much into aerospace, or like, I need to work in this aerospace sector, or things like that, I would say the tools are more important also here. So the things you just told me, all these skill set are applicable to companies like Tesla and anybody, which are good companies to work. Because I don't know what you are looking for. Are you looking for working in the aerospace sector, or are you looking for a good company with a great experience?
I think both would be the dream. Like, the idea of this internship is as well to have a taste of the life on the West Coast. That's where I want to live in the future. So I was looking at aerospace company on this side as well.
Right, but Tesla is also there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I met somebody yesterday who got an internship there, so it may be considered as well.
There is a student I spoke with. He's a PhD student in material science at Georgia Tech. He has done internship at Tesla. I will connect him with LinkedIn, because I spoke to him.
Okay, super cool. Many thanks.
He is he can actually, and he has done internships at a couple of other universities also. His name is Christopher Stupa or something. Hang on just one second, because he told me that if somebody is looking for a help, please let me know. And he can help you in advising on how to get into Tesla as an intern.
Okay, great.
Because as I said, he has done it. Sure. But as I said to you, you have to understand that fact is don't do the mistake where there says clearance level required, apply there. It's not going to help.
Yeah.
So definitely look at that. And if it's a civil business, you might be fine. Again, if you want to work at Rolls-Royces and all that, Rolls-Royce is in Indianapolis, but they have a CMC what they call it, carbon metrics composite business up in Orange County. They acquired a company long time back. Look at that. They might you may be able to find if you are trying to get into West Coast, so they may you may find that because they will be easy one to pick in because they will not have that sort of a requirement as tedious as because I know Lockheed, even if you're an intern, many times they need interns who have a clearance or who can qualify clearance. But as I said, if it's not written there, then it's perfectly fine.
Okay, cool. I'm also looking like my dream internship would as well be in the GPL lab of NASA. So
JPL. So here, so I can tell you one thing. I posted a link for a NASA internships.
Okay.
So there's a website for NASA specifically for applying internship. And you can go there, but as I said, it's clearly mentioned there, you're a citizen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was my concern, but
there is I can hang on just internship.
No problem.
I can send you that link because I think I posted that summer internship program. So they launched that I think that for the
recently?
new like a month back or something.
Okay, cool.
So I can send you the link here. In the chat. But as I said, if you take a look to it, you will see it says requirement very clearly.
Okay.
So don't waste your time.
Yeah, that's right. But like yesterday I was on the phone. Okay, I read an article on the GPA website from a French student who did an internship there. I thought it was not possible for international students, so I contacted this guy, and he spent an hour on the phone with me explaining how he achieved his internship, and he's been ready to follow my CV to the manager who was in charge of him.
So, at JPL?
At GPL, absolutely. And he told me just that you need to have a contact there who's willing to take you as an intern, otherwise it's really complicated.
Right. So here's the thing. JPL is a little bit unique. Let me tell you why. Not like if you're looking at Goddard or some other places. JPL is unique in the sense because they can hire you through Caltech.
Oh, right.
Because it's a part of Caltech. So that's the catch there. So I know like an international student who have been hired there, but again, I am not sure if they are working there as a JPL employee, as anybody, or they are being hired via Caltech. So there's a catch there.
Okay.
And a lot of places do that, not just with them. I know a lot of places, like for example, if they find someone who is really good and they really want to hire even at DOD lab or something. So what they do is they will have some collaboration with a university and they will place them over there, not at their site, and they will work on some project. Probably they won't share, or they might put them with subcontract or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So I send you the link of this guy, Chris Stopa. He's a really good guy, very helpful. You should speak to him. Do you have your LinkedIn, by the way? Can you drop in here your link? I can introduce you to him. Or you can just send a message to Chris on LinkedIn saying that, you came to know about me through Amit and I would like to talk to you. Yeah, so
definitely. I'll forward you my LinkedIn as well.
But as I said, go ahead.
No, I just yesterday I applied to. There's a branch of Airbus that is working on softwares and autonomous flights at the Silicon Valley. It's called A Cubed. So there were two internships there, and I just applied and also contacted. What I try to do, I don't know if it's the right way to go, but when I apply somewhere, I try to contact on LinkedIn as well. The manager are the people in charge of the unit, just telling them that I applied and I'll be really happy to discuss any opportunity or.
Yeah. As I said to you, is that if as you said, I don't know how you are taking this internship or what you're thinking, but in my opinion, if I was you, I will try to get into a good company, and have a great experience as an intern.
Okay.
And if I have to rate companies, and I will be very honest with you, I would put Tesla and SpaceX as number 1 and number 2. No doubt, without any doubt.
Okay.
Even though I work for this company, I will rate them first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my extremely honest opinion.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible for me to get an internship in SpaceX, for instance, or? I heard it was like.
Yeah. So they have ITR. No, they have ITR issues too.
Oh.
Yeah. SpaceX, because you have to understand, all these companies, they get contract from government.
The government. Yeah.
And there is a regulation there, but again, for you, being a French citizen could be different. So I will take that as a leverage. I know definitely that if you are from Asian countries, or for that matter, not from European Union, things are different.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't want to give you wrong advice.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, I tend to speak people who are from India or somewhere else. But as I said, for European Union, whenever I talk to people from German, France, UK, I tend to give them this word of caution, because most of the time, if I have not seen that, my experience has been different, right? And because until I was not a US citizen, I couldn't even thought of applying to these companies.
Okay.
But again, having said that, they have a different sort of a relation with other countries, especially European Union and UK. Things might be different, but in a bigger picture, I would say, Jeremy, as if you're looking for a extremely great experience with internships, Tesla, SpaceX undoubtedly would be like undoubtedly. And the reason I put Tesla above SpaceX is because again, ITR issue, probably chances for you to get into Tesla is way higher, and you probably will get it. Probably you will spend your energy there.
Okay.
And here is another thing I would say. If you're looking for internship at aerospace companies, there are tons of companies now, because of this NASA new Artemis initiative, tons of startups in West Coast that you can look at also, and they will not have problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Joby, who just acquired the Elevate from Uber. Yeah, that's the kind of company I also thought of applying to.
Right. As I said, if you are looking for because you have this skill set where you can leverage that and really get into good companies and learn a lot, right? You don't want to come work for a company where you go and then you're like, what I'm doing, I am not really doing anything or learning anything. I think you can learn a lot by going to a company like Tesla, SpaceX, any new good high, because you need to work on a high pace environment. You need to do that. So that's where you can get into these startups, and West Coast is full of product related startups, and there are tons of space companies, smalls that are doing amazing work actually. And I can tell you names like left and right, but there are a lot of them that actually we work with them to be honest, but they are really good, working on really niche areas. And you can get this feeling of, as you said, again, if you're looking into work for aerospace and so on. There are, for example, electric airplane companies out there. And there are companies who are working on small satellite businesses. There are companies who are doing small projects for NASA for lunar missions. Not big companies, very small companies. I mean, so as I said, that's where you probably can get a lot of. They might be more susceptible for to hire you, and so forth.
Okay,
Yeah.
but between a good company like SpaceX or Tesla and where the experience would be amazing, and another like smaller company where it's definitely in the aerospace sector, but
right. I would say, yeah, I would say, right. I would say, when I spoke to people who have done their internship at Tesla, I have a couple of videos actually on my channel that I have posted. If you go to, actually, Chris interview is also there. I can send you the link 1 second. But I would definitely tell you is, here's the link. Actually, you can take to these videos. Actually, this is the first video is from Chris. So if you talk to these people and what they're talking about, and you will hear them saying how amazing experience was that.
Okay.
And there are interviews there from people from other companies who have done internship other companies, and they didn't have the same
experience.
Experience. And yeah, so that is the reason, because I go by what people tell me. I have not done internship at Tesla, but Tesla, even now, the way they are organized is like a startup actually. And that's when you talk to those people, you will realize actually Tesla is like a startup, but it has become bigger, but still their mindset is like a startup. They are like, go, 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 And who knows, you will be working in Berlin in their gigafactory once you graduate, or in Texas, Austin. You never know,
Yeah.
So get into that field, and there's company like Tesla where they are like ramping it up, and the idea is amazing, right? People like that idea, and their mindset is amazing. And the guy who is the head of Tesla or SpaceX, he's one of the best guy to get motivated, right? He's like God, right? Like I can't say enough about him, and to be honest, anybody. So it will be amazing feeling. So as I said, don't get hooked up too much on it. Getting into aerospace companies, look for great experience.
Okay, that's something I had in mind.
No, look, it's not about doing internship. Why we are doing internship? It's like, I want to, when I come out from there, I'm like, if I'm running like 10 miles an hour, I'm running 25 miles an hour. But most of the time when you see these videos, you will realize that some of these companies are like, you are running 10 miles an hour and you come out by 5. So
okay. Oh my God. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'll definitely, so how would you advise me to act upon this? Like, go through their website, look at the internship opportunities, and apply?
Apply, or get like, I can tell you, like, I see my LinkedIn, I see a lot of people who are recruiters or managers saying that, hey, Tesla is hiring people. This morning actually I saw one link. Hang on, if I'm helping you, why don't I send you the link? So here is the manager who is saying, hey, we are looking for intern, please send your application. So LinkedIn is the place, right?
Okay.
Just 1 second, let me.
So maybe I need to get connected with hiring managers.
Right. And as I said, talk to Chris. He probably knows someone already there, right?
Okay, absolutely. Yeah.
He has done internship there. He probably knows people. He has gone through this process and he has done it, so he knows
how it works. Yeah, the machine behind.
Right, the machine behind. So get in touch with him, and I'm gonna send him your link that he's gonna contact you. Yeah,
that's right. I had my idea fixed on aerospace companies, but definitely like the experience is something you have to privilege before anything.
Yeah, for help internship. And as I said, if you get into an internship at Tesla, close your eyes, pack your bags, and go.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. I can't tell you enough. And as I said, you are just a master's student. You should explore also. Don't fix your mind immediately. But as I said to you, this is the time. And if you get into a company like Tesla, or a SpaceX or any company, even a startup, right, which is high pace and high work, you will have a lot of fun. You will learn a lot, and who knows, you might like something else, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
You have
And
to
even,
understand.
yes,
Yeah,
sorry.
I just sent a message to Chris. So said he said that's great. He's looking forward. So go ahead.
Many
Continue.
thanks.
Yeah, and as I
It's
said to
wonderful.
you is and as I said to you is make sure that you have to understand one thing. Whenever you learn something or do something, people hire you because of your skill set, and that skill set can be applied in any areas, right?
Okay.
It can be applied in automotive. It can be applied in spy satellites. It can be applied at aerospace and making some amazing products. You never know. So, for example, tomorrow Pepsi comes and say, "Hey, we want to design our bottle by using data analytics."
Mm.
I would
Okay.
love to hear that.
So,
What is it, right?
yeah, what would be your like the advice on the skill set that we need to have, like maybe in 10 years or 20 years? What would be the skills that people will be looking for? And what should I focus more into
I would
growing my
say
learning experience?
right. So I would say, these new things that are coming up, like data analytics, all that, these are all good, like AI and all that. But I would say, if you look at industry, right, one thing for sure, industry always love it is what can your skill set cut the cost, right? If you have a certain skill set that can help them minimize the cost. So, for example, I will give you one example of our god, Elon Musk, right?
Okay.
He said in an interview, he's in Berlin these days for his new gigafactory. If you don't know that, but he says, um, "I am," and like Tesla stock is really going high right now. I don't know whether you right. And he
Yeah,
said
I'm
that,
following as well.
right. And he said that I want to aware of my employee that are working in Tesla that these stocks may crash like a souffle. And why he says that, he said because these rise are based on speculations, right? And says that if we are not gonna cut the cost, we will crush like anything. Even
Okay.
he's saying that. And the reason he's saying that what we are in such a competitive business that any changes we are doing are like 5 cents saving, 10 cents saving. We are looking for $20, $50. That's where the real cut. And just again, just listening to him tells me what the industry mindset is.
One. Okay.
Anything that you do, cut the cost. You are the man. Figure it out.
Okay.
Any skill set that you bring in can help to minimize the cost, and that is true for even for NASA is trying to say, hey, we can't spend $1 billion sending people to moon. We need to cut the cost, right? That's why he's building a Starship and
Yeah.
all these things, right?
And the reusable,
Exactly.
rockets. Okay.
Everything is
Doesn't kill
towards
the
it.
cost. Okay.
So whether you learn machine learning, whether you learn um, I don't know, whatever, it's always there. So that's one thing. The next thing I would say definitely is fundamentals are always going to be there, in my opinion. So, for example, the okay, so here's a good example. A lot of people nowadays talk about additive manufacturing, same as AI. These are the two
There's
words
a
you will
hype.
see every.
Yeah, around there is
Right.
for sure.
Either one person is talking about AI or they are talking about additive or they are combining both. That's what I hear all the
Okay.
time, right? So
Okay.
another good example. So even if you look at additive is what? Additive is like a micro welding, right? And we have been doing welding for thousands of years, right?
Yeah.
Right. So AI additive is nothing new, but a person who has the basic fundamentals of welding, I think
Yeah.
he will do great teaching people about additive.
Okay.
Very simple. So fundamentals are going to always be there. So make sure your base
It's
where
solid.
you are putting
Yeah.
your is like extremely robust, and then you can put bricks on it. That's what I was getting into. So no matter what people gonna say, no matter what people gonna say that, oh, I want to do the data, I want to do a, no. I think a computer engineer can do a better job than you, right? And we are not right, because I am not a computer engineer, but coming with a new algorithm or how I can apply that at Tesla that helps me to cut the cost, or how can I do this, or where can I bring it, that one thing. And then as you said, second thing is the fundamental has to be extremely strong, because no matter what AI comes or whatever. So a guy who is trying to improve the additive performance, if he or she has no idea about the welding process, what are you gonna do? I mean, it will be otherwise like a black box, right?
Yeah.
But if your fundamentals are very strong on whatever area you are working, controls, aerodynamics, metallurgy, materials, and then you bring these skill sets on top of it, I think it's like a ice latte and a cherry, something like that. That's where the value is.
The cherry on the cake. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly, something like that.
Okay.
You have the right word,
cool.
but you got it. Yeah. So yeah. And as you said, contact Chris. This is the right time. I think a lot of people are applying, and I said he should be able to help you out.
Okay. Really cool. So you did a PhD?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you made up your mind? Did you know at the very beginning that you were pursuing a PhD track, or?
Yeah. So that's a good question, actually. I was talking to a student just before you, explaining the same thing, but I think it was my undergrad second year where I started working with a professor in his lab.
Okay.
And I published a paper and I loved it. And I knew I had to do PhD. I mean, there was no if and but after that. Even though I had a job after I finished my master's when I came here, I did for summer and then joined my PhD in August. Because I already had a PhD, like
in the mind. Yeah.
No, like admit already. I was just looking for something to hang out. And trust me, those 2 months were horrible. I didn't like it at all. So.
Okay.
Those like working as a job, and as I said, this is just me. But it was, the earlier you expose to a lot of things, the better you make a decision. So right now, for example, if you think, should I do PhD? I would say go to somebody's lab and start working, whatever area you feel you are good at it. And if you don't like it, if you don't like staying in a lab, or doing testing, research, whatever, discussions, I mean, that's not for you then.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that you're not going to do great. Elon Musk doesn't have a PhD, right? So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's pretty right. Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have it. PhD is just a journey. It has nothing to do with being great or not. I don't know about what, like in France, what's the opinion is, but UK, I got an opinion, a good opinion when I worked for Rolls-Royce. Is like, if you had a PhD, they put you in a different category.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's exactly, like my dad did a PhD and he's always trying to push me towards that. That made a huge difference in his career, for sure.
I mean, I would say, those times, like my dad times and your dad times, the things were different, right?
Yes.
Because this is a different world right now. People who have high school degree are making millions. So again, depends on what you do. If you have a totally different mindset, because let me tell you, PhD doesn't translate into money. No.
Okay.
Because you can make money by having 2 McDonald's shop. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't translate into dollars. But I would say definitely, if your idea would be like, I will work for Rolls-Royce and I want to become a vice president in research, let's say, or no, yeah, of course, I will say, yeah, dude, get a PhD. But if you say, I want to become a CEO of a company, I would say, do a master's, probably do an MBA from Wharton, you will become a CEO. That's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with PhD. It has to do because you can go to 2 routes in any company, like even a company I am or previous one, where you can become a subject matter expert, having a PhD, and rise to the level like a VP research and or so. But then the other track is people who have bachelors and do MBA and they become a CEO. So,
Okay. That's something I like to work with people for sure. And I'm a huge fan of science, and that's really something I like. But I would definitely I consider doing an MBA and getting a good sense of what business is as well. So definitely
I mean,
an MBA. But I
right.
don't know if I need to do it right after my master, or because everybody tells me to work and be like finance your MBA through the company. But
That's a good idea. That's what I'm doing too. But I would tell you one thing is full-time MBA. If you're trying to become, again, it depends on what route you choose in a company, right? If
okay.
you are trying to do an MBA and try to choose a route of becoming a CFO, a CEO, or whatever, I would say the full-time MBA from an extremely good school would help a lot.
Okay.
But having said that, I would say that a lot of people have also do it where they join a company, they move around in a company and they find where they are good at it, and then they do an MBA funded by the company and move around. So,
Okay.
but I will tell you one thing for sure, which is not very common, is like if you want to go up in a ladder in a company in research side,
Okay.
I would say PhD.
Yes, is
Yeah.
the
And
royal
especially
path.
German company, French company, UK, this is like they must. There is no way they will put you in that track if you not have a PhD. I have
Yeah.
seen that actually. I saw that on Rolls-Royce, which I didn't realize. Is when I used to work there, even the senior guys who are older, much older, and they used to talk to us in a very different way versus even a senior manager who had a master's or undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, PhDs, we are in a different category.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, for sure.
But again,
Yeah.
our CEO was a bachelor's and an MBA. So
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty crazy.